if I hit you down low, that was because I didn't respect you. But if I didn't respect you, that means also because you hit me down low.
Yeah.
So we have no regards of each other's career.
Yeah.
So guess what? Let's do it then.
The head's different. You know, you knock someone out, that's considered a kiss. You taking out knees, that's considered a career.
Yeah. I got to the point where guys knew. I was like, bro, if you hit me low again or you cheap shot me, I got one question for you. When I cut you and they got to do surgery, my question is, what kind of flowers you want me to send you?
Welcome to Games and Names presented by DoorDash. I'm Julian Edelman, they're Jack and Kyler, and we're on a mission to find the greatest game of all time. And on today's episode, we are covering the 2003 NFC Divisional Round game between the Panthers and Rams with 16-year NFL vet, 5-time Pro Bowler, legendary Panther, Steve Smith Sr. We get into talking who was the toughest corner that tried to cover Steve Smith.
I hated going against Revis. I just remember he was like really smart.
Oh, yeah.
Real smart.
What's it like having a walk-off touchdown?
Once I got it, I was like, hey, ain't nobody catching me.
You were fast.
I kind of was. I was surprised.
A fun story with how he almost ended up becoming a Patriot.
Do you know how close I was?
I do.
Talking about bags packed.
You ready? What happened to the trade? And then we wrap it up with finding out what NFL teams are your favorite game day snacks with DoorDash, our favorite food delivery app. You got to stick around to the very end. Let's go. Games with Names is a production of iHeartRadio. Let's order something.
Fire it up. Let's go.
What are we going to order?
Ooh.
Jack?
This is always the hardest part of it.
Jack?
I'm feeling something.
What's easy?
Pizza?
Pizza's always good.
Fucking let's
Order
wings.
Pizza, wings. You can't go wrong.
All right, let me order
Fire
something.
it up, baby. One of your superpowers is your ability to order DoorDash.
Audience. Jules, great orderer.
Never
It's a
misses.
skill set.
Never misses.
Yeah. He gets enough for everyone. He, peruses the whole menu. He's a great
He's a
orderer.
man of taste.
Both in delivery and in restaurant, which is a different skill set.
Yep.
I like to share the wealth of my knowledge of food, at least my stomach's knowledge of food, with my friends.
All right, did you order?
Palate is refined.
Yeah, I ordered.
We're good? All right.
Quick
Should we go-
order.
should we
Nothing
go-
crazy.
should we
Nothing
go to
crazy.
Steve
Don't
Smith?
fucking don't pat me on the ass right now and I shit in your goddamn hand with this order. All right?
All
Should
right,
be here in no time.
All right, thanks to DoorDash for helping us there. Let's
Shout
go
out.
to the Steve Smith interview.
Let's get into this thing. January 10th, 2004, Edward Jones Dome, St. Louis, Missouri.
The Panthers and Rams are tied 23-23, heading into double overtime.
3rd and 14, Del Home drops back. He's got Smith streaking down the field on the X-Clown.
This is
the
X-Clown game. Why you talk with that voice?
My dog. You make motherfuckers nervous, bro. Welcome to Games with Names. Today we are looking at the 2003 NFC Divisional Round game between the Panthers and the Rams with legendary Steve Smith. Steve Smith, in one sentence, why did you pick this game?
You guys, that was the only game you guys gave me.
Is this the only game? Is this the only game we gave him?
I recommended this one hard, man. I love this game.
Jack's from North Carolina. This was when he was watching football. He was
Shout
like,
out.
if we don't do this game, he's going to.
I'm not complaining, but you asked me, so I was.
I appreciate you agreeing, Steve.
Yeah, I gave him thumbs up.
So, in one sentence, why is this game so impactful in your career?
Again, because this was the only game you guys gave me to choose from.
Interesting. I have to talk to the people in the back. there.
Nah, I just see when I do this is when people get irritated with me. They say, "Oh, he's such a douche," right?
Prankster, I would go.
No, I because of my personality or like how people feel, they kind of think prankster is more of like a just kind of a-hole. But I'm kind of a goofball.
Goofball.
Yeah, I really am. At the house.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Is this the greatest game of all time, though?
I think for the Panthers, for us, yeah. One, because we won the game.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, we've obviously, several weeks later, we played New England Patriots and all that stuff. But it was really cool. One, because of this game. You know how football is. You know how practice goes. There's so many nuances. There's so many little small detail things that happen and don't happen. And we had practiced the play is called X Clown. We practiced that play so many times. And me and Jake could not get on the same page.
Yeah.
Right? I run it this way, he throw it that way. He throw it this way, I wouldn't run it that way. And it just seemed like it was not gonna work. And then when they called it a game, it worked.
Twice. You guys hit it twice. Now,
Correct.
the X Clown, so what, there's verbiage probably for the protection and there's something else, or does that tell everyone what to do?
So this is where ball is. This is the part where some people don't like that I actually know ball. You know, they kind of think that I don't know ball. And people always talk about, you know, especially with my stuff, they always talk about Steve he just talks. And the offense we were running that year was Dan Henning.
Yeah. What's that tree from?
That tree is from Charlie Weiss.
Charlie Weiss.
Which means we had, maybe if these words sound familiar to you, Ole Reed Circle.
Oh, yeah.
Max Deli XQ.
Yeah. Ole's the out with the flag.
Yes, sir.
Two-man concept. Two-man concept. So X-Clown's a backside telling the X what to do, but there was probably something in front telling the other guys what to do.
Yes. And then we had...
Was it like toga?
They call it 10.
10.
2 ends.
2 ends. We had 10.
Topper.
Two posts.
Yeah. So that was the offense. And, you know, I had to learn how to play receiver in a way that I just really didn't know how to play receiver at that time. You know, going to Utah, I was actually in college, junior college. I was a Z originally.
Yeah.
But my wide receivers coach in college switched me to X because I'm right-handed, but I'm left-hand dominant. So I would be at Z with the ball in my left hand, and I was stiff on my right.
Right.
Well, they come and just poke it out. So they moved me to X. And that's how I became an X.
Because of how you handled the ball?
Because of how I handled the ball.
Bro,
I
only carry the ball in my left arm because I was a 4-back. Everything left. I was the same way because I was in Pop Warner, I was the 4-back in a wishbone offense, and I always ran left. And so you always kept it on the outside. And so I would always, even to this day, that my most comfortable side was my left side holding the ball, which is very unorthodox for right-handed guys.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So you turned into an X in college because your right hand, you're better with the ball, and your left, so you give the stiffy. And in this point of your career, you were still kind of feeling on how to learn how to play receiver in this offense, that Charlie Weiss style offense. So is this clown route, is it like a bow post?
Yes, it's
So because you inside released and then you stemmed up and then you hit him with the outside with a couple, and then
it was built off Q.
Yeah.
You know,
Q is just a bow.
Yes. So it was built off the Q because I ran it so well.
Yeah.
Stem inside.
Get vertical.
Go to the corner.
Yeah.
So I'll stem inside, and then I just went. But I ran that one, and I leaned. But the reason I leaned
to make him think it was going a shitty bow.
Yes, but it was also the lean was to put my foot in the ground to
create
go.
The separation.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, people don't realize you were primarily an X. Like, people try to put you in like categories where you were no. Steve Smith was you're probably the most dominant X in my eyes of all time, under 6 foot. Like you, but you didn't play like you were. It was fucking amazing to me to watch you play when you could run by people. You could run the routes that I ran and I specialized in, but you could win on a go route. You could stack a guy and run away from a guy. And you were so dynamic with the ball and strong bottom legs. Like, you never got down. Like, and you, like, it's fucking crazy that it all stemmed back to the coach in college that said, hey, you only hold it in your left. I think we got to put you at X.
It was a problem.
That's fucking crazy.
It was a problem. But the guy that coached me, recruited me out of Santa Monica Community College.
Right down the road. I run there.
Yeah.
It's
different.
nice shit now.
Oh,
though.
it's beautiful.
The turf.
Yeah. Fred Graves
Yeah.
at University of Utah.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, we got to put you at Z. We got to put you at X. This isn't working. You're giving up the football.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right.
Man, that's crazy. So you went to Santa Monica Junior College. How I know you talk about it all the time, but you and Ocho, is he Ocho or is he Chad?
He's always been Chad.
Yeah. You guys went to the same JUCO. Now, did you guys take pride in who talks shit the craziest?
At that time,
Because I can only imagine you two in the same fucking huddle.
at that time, we didn't like each other
I can see that.
because he was from the South and I was
Cali kid.
Cali.
Yeah.
And so he was a bounce back, so he had got in trouble. So his grandmother had was like, hey, go live with your mom in California. So it was, you know how it is when you go with when you're playing on new teams.
Yeah.
Or you're playing on a new team that's your old team, and that guy would always say, man, when we were at this team, we did this. And I used to be like, well, go back there then, bro. We don't want you here. But you know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
know exactly
they were
what
like,
you're-
well, we were at this and we were here, and and I was a guy, zero filter.
Zero.
And I would say what everybody was thinking out loud.
The right thing.
You'll be like, well, won't you go back there then? But you can't, and I'll be like, just go back there. And there was the awkward silence. And what's funny about that is my wife says, she goes, what are you thinking when you say stuff like that? And she asked me that, and I paused, and I was like, yeah, that's probably the problem. I don't think. I just
Go.
yeah.
I understand. I used to do that. I do that a lot. I've had to control it a little more.
Yeah.
But as a kid, I did that a lot. Unfiltered.
Yeah. But I was as an adult, though.
The crazy thing is, you don't ever turn it off though.
Yeah, I do.
You have gotten better.
Bro, it's like it throws people off because they're like,
Who's this guy?
yeah. Or I got in a question, are you under anything? No, bro, I'm just chilling.
Under the
Influence of something? Like what?
guy smoking that dope?
Why are you saying? And I'm like, I just kind of chill. I've kind of learned and getting better with just being okay with being okay. Like just to like what you doing today? Nothing.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Small talk. Not a fan. I get it. I'm not. I get it. What's life looking like these days?
Playing golf.
Yeah, and you got your show on YouTube ironed out.
Yeah.
Shit's fire. I'm waiting for my invite. But
Yeah,
I gotta get my golf game better before I go
Well,
out there and fucking suck it off.
Hey, we played 27. Hey, pause. We played 27 the other day, bro.
Whoa, hold up. You just gonna say that and just let that go?
That's something Bill always used to say. He used to say, "Oh, you fucking assholes sucked off this goddamn drive." Like he would say shit like that.
Bro, so we gotta let's take a sidetrack.
Sidetrack from golf.
Do you know how close I was?
I do.
You know the story. Do you know
were
the
supposed.
story?
I remember you may have told me, but I forgot the story. Explain the story.
All right.
What we are talking
Well,
about.
first of all, I was my agent had worked out a trade to go to New England.
Yeah.
And Dave Gettleman was the general manager, and he gave me permission to talk to the San Francisco 49ers. But my agent had worked out a deal for me to go up there. I was with Under Armour. Under Armour was starting to make my cleats
Yeah.
for the Patriots colors. And that year, a former teammate of mine was on the team a couple of months before, Damian Lewis,
Yeah.
D-Lou.
D-Lou.
He was on the team, and so he already had gave me information on where to stay. And man, you talking about bags packed.
You ready?
1 foot in, 1 foot out.
What happened?
Half of my body.
What happened to the trade?
Didn't go through because they gave me permission to talk to the San Francisco 49ers. And at that time, I did not want to go to the San Francisco 49ers. My wife was pregnant with Deuce, our youngest.
Yeah.
And I was, trying to find all that. And so,
What year was that?
great question.
Was it 13?
12 or 13, 2012. And
So you would have came in 13.
no, I was coming the year of 2012.
2012, you would have.
I was, October. And then off season came, and you were you went on a visit to Baltimore. 3 days before I went.
I was about to go on a visit to Baltimore.
Oh, you didn't go.
I didn't go because you got it.
Oh, and I didn't get my trip to New England.
Because then I signed back.
So it's your fault. Okay, cool. We've established that.
I went to the Niners.
Nah. Sounds like you just admitted with 4 cameras that it's your fault. Sounds like it.
It could be my fault.
Can't blame it on the black guy this time.
I had to overcome a lot of things in that. I overcame, though. You know how I got my opportunity? Gronk had to break his back.
Tragic.
Danny had to tear both his groins. And one of our teammates had to go on a killing spree. So there is no one else to.
That was very insensitive, bro.
Whatever.
That was insensitive.
But I was just trying to be,
that was kind of
unfiltered.
though.
But I didn't use his name.
We all know.
But I didn't. It's true. The
He's
truth
on
is in the
billboards
book.
right now.
No, the actor is on billboards.
You
right
know what
now.
I'm saying, though. But that's a shame.
It's sad.
Can we talk about that? How was he in the locker room?
Crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah, like one of those guys that you thought was a wankster. Like he acted
what?
a wankster.
Oh, okay.
Like he acted tough,
Yeah.
but no one took him seriously.
But he was a
Everyone
real killer.
Well, little did we know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was gnarly, bro.
Yeah.
But that's how I got my opportunity. So I wasn't gonna give it up for no one after that.
Yeah.
Back to golf.
Yeah.
So what's up with this golf show?
So I started doing some counseling just because, like, trying to figure out, like, man, I'm 45 years old. Obviously grew up here. I grew up on 126 in Avalon. So just seen and saw a lot of things that probably a 10, 15, 16-year-old probably need some help processing. And then I just started to realize, like, when you retire, with doing something that I've been doing since I was in the 3rd grade down to when I'm 38 years old, like, just to shut that off as if it never happened, it's kind of different.
Oh yeah.
And so I was like, all right, how do I grieve? Like, how do I grieve well in a healthy way? We were in COVID, ended up selling, we sold our house because my daughter, my son, they were all gone. It was just me, my wife, dog, and our 2 boys in this house. And like half of the house, we had a basement. Half of the house we didn't even turn on.
Yeah.
And so, like everything else, the sky was falling, COVID, and it was like, hey, there's a great opportunity to sell. So we sold and downsized. But what was crazy is in downsizing, I had to pack up all my stuff. And bro, for the family, it was like, yo, what are you going to do with all this stuff? The helmets, the balls, the cleats. Man, that's cute. But that doesn't fit in the new house. So what you gonna do with it? And I didn't realize that it was like, oh, I gotta throw this stuff away. But this stuff, when I was starting to pack it up, meant, oh, this is my touchdown pass back in 44, back in 2003 and 2005 and 2013. And I still had my shoulder pads, my only pair of shoulder pads I ever wore my whole career.
Yeah.
And then some gloves and then some Under Armour cleats and then this and that. And it was like, yeah, that's cool. Find a place for it. Bro, I was packing up my stuff trying to decide on what's important and what is discard. Bro, I started crying.
Yeah.
I started realizing, like,
Memory lane, bro.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh yeah, and I'll never ever play again. And I was like, yeah. Well, not me. My wife was like, yeah, this is normal. And so I started to realize that like, man, I got some stuff in there that's really holding me back. That I've been holding on to that I didn't know I was holding on to. And just how it was affecting me. And so in those sessions as I've been doing it, and I'm huge on mental health just because I've learned like, in COVID, there's some things like you learned about yourself, you learned about other people. And so I just was like, you know what, I just need to unload some of this stuff that I'm carrying. And when I started to realize that, I was like, yo, I'm kind of fucked up. Like this isn't normal.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be this way. I shouldn't be angry all the time. I shouldn't be concerned that the dude that's mowing the grass, he's maybe trying to steal from me, and he's been mowing the grass for a house for like the last 8 years. Or I would like see people that I knew and like I didn't talk to them. And so I started doing that stuff, and then in my last session, probably about February, last February, what is this, 2024, 2023, ending in 2024, right before the Super Bowl in Vegas, my counselor said, yo, what do you do for you? I was like, yeah, like the vacation, hang out with the kids. No, no, no. What do you do for you? And it was a great question that I didn't have an answer to. And I don't really know how to chill. And so I started kind of through the PA at Golf Tech, you can get like 6 months of like once a week, 4 times a month. You can get at Golf Tech. You can get a free membership. And so about 3 months in, I'm doing it, and the guy's like, "Man, do you want to continue to do this because your membership is going to be up, or, and you're actually getting pretty good? What do you think?" And I was like, I think I want to do it. And so started playing, and that's when the bug hit me, and I realized like, oh man, like this is something that this is not the football player, it's not the dad, it's not the husband. It's just kind of this is Steve, and I like it. And then my boys was like, "Pop, let's go play." All right. But even on the course, I was still a little edgy a little bit. Like, pace of play, when you pace of play wasn't up, it was kind of like, hey, guys,
Let's keep it going.
let's hurry up.
Yeah.
And then it's just kind of like, okay, ease. And then I like playing, but I didn't love playing. I like playing golf. Now, man, it's like it's my woosah. Like I'm out on the golf course, good, bad, or indifferent. One of the agreements that I have with myself on the golf course is I don't rush. If I'm rushing on the golf course, I don't play. Now I go to the driving range, but on the golf course, if I'm playing 18, I'm playing 18. If I play 9, I'm playing 9. I'm not playing 6 out of the 9. I'm not playing 10 out of the 18. I'm playing 18. And man, when I go play 18, bro, I got me some snacks, Uncrustables, water, drink, Gatorade, whatever it is, and I just chill. Now I'm gonna have me a fresh pair of kicks on, shorts. It don't matter, bro. I'm just chilling. And so we go on vacation, and the wife she'll be like, "Hey, we're going here," and the question, it used to be, is there
A golf course.
is there a golf course close? Like, yeah, it's a golf course. And now on the family vacation, it'd be my 3 boys. We'll go play golf, and then I'll get my wife and my daughter. They'll get a massage.
It sounds to me you found another outlet to compete in and compete with yourself and give you that kind of like you're investing something where you could see result, and you've got a chance to go out and feel like you're competing. No?
Man, when I'm on a golf course, bro.
Even if you're not doing that, but you're taking those mental reps and those.
No, for me, what playing on a golf course is actually relaxing in regards of I'm not playing against you. Man, it's the dang course.
Yeah.
Like the course is beating me up. And it's actually the only place that I kind of tiptoe.
Yeah.
Like I get in a sand trap, I'm like, oh my, I'm scared. Like the sand trap, because man, we could be here for 4 hits. Or, or we gonna hit that, now I'm gonna take that stroke. Like I walk up to the sand trap like, yo, you gonna be cool?
2 inches behind.
Hey,
open the stance, open the face.
Like I just
Full
so
swing.
like for me, man, I enjoy the peace and quiet. It's where I discovered why I love country music.
Yeah.
So I'll be bumping some country music. My boys are like, who is this dude?
Yeah. That's awesome. I was out earlier this week. I was out at the driving range. I go to this place in the valley because they have grass. You hit off the grass.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sitting there, and there's this older dude. He got a lawn chair, and he goes and he takes about 8 balls and he chips a couple balls, and then he comes back and then he sits in his lawn chair and you hear him on the phone for a second. Then he goes back and he chips like 8 more, like little chips. And this is a fucking huge ass driving range. I'm like, why is this guy chipping right here? I was like, whatever. And he comes over and he's going to get a new basket of balls. He goes, hey baby, you need a basket? I'm like, it's fucking Smokey Robinson. Smokey Robinson brought a lawn chair to this fucking this driving range, and he just sits there and he's hitting chips. And I was like having a rough day, and I went out to the driving range to just kind of like chill, and it made my day. Like Smokey Robinson he's like, hey baby, you need a basket of balls? I'm like, nah, man. I go, you Smokey Robinson? And he goes, yeah, what's up, baby? I go, I met you at the Clive, so I met him before. He had no clue or anything, but it was so fucking cool. And it's such an outlet. I use it as an outlet as well. For me, it's to compete with myself and try to put something into something like I did when I was playing and be able to see some kind of result that's positive in my life.
Yeah, so
somewhat.
My wife she'll if she sees this, she'll say, "Baby, just stay in the shallow pool.
Stay in the shallow pool.
You go too deep." But for me, golf is not an outlet in there. Sometimes when I'm playing golf, man, it's a time where like it's when I'm learning life. Where think about this. So if we playing 9 holes, right? And you generally, you either hit a good or bad shot on the first hole. And it sets the tone. But it's somewhere in the middle. You don't play very good. So let's say hole 3, you hit hole 2, you get a par. Or, God bless you get a birdie.
Circle.
Boom. Hole 3 or 4, you hit the ball, and it goes wide right. And you start yelling and cussing, and you getting upset. I used to look at that and I'd be like, man, I done threw a club, I done got mad, and I'm going, and then it hit me, it was like, yo, 2 holes ago when you got that birdie, you forgot. And now you're complaining that you can't find your ball, but you didn't actually even appreciate the birdie.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, it's a God moment. It's going, bro, sometimes if you can find your ball, you just need to be thankful.
That's
That's how we play.
That's how we play.
But there's so many people who have this expectation that you're going to play even golf, and you ain't never played even golf in your life. You are 22.
Yeah.
You are 14. I'm a 14-9. I was like 25. I'm getting better and better, but sometimes I just like going out there and remember, what am I doing wrong? Oh, well, yeah, you're trying to swing like you're hitting a baseball. Oh, you're all upper body. You're not using. Are you going back? Slow. And so it's like golf for me is the only time that I'm kind of tiptoeing. And it's great because it's like, And the kids are like, yo, who's this guy? This Pop.
Well, so how is Steve Smith, the golfer, different than Steve Smith, the football player?
That's why I don't.
Now, do I call you senior?
I mean, I prefer. Yeah.
All right, then my bad.
No, it doesn't bother me. I just mess around. I mean, the football. That's why I quit playing, bro. It's like it's too much. It's too much to be angry all the time.
Yeah.
Right. To be
happily
grumpy.
miserable.
Yeah.
That's what I used to call it. I was in the same mindset, bro. I used
Yeah.
to fucking keep going. You're
Yeah.
preaching to me.
And so I was like, bro, and so now it's like to go backwards because people be like, oh, I know you miss it, huh? Like, nah. Bro, like the stuff that I would have to do to get up for a football game. Like I was when my boy was in the car with me, he was like, I was showing him, I was playing all the songs I used to listen to before I go out of the tunnel.
Pre-game.
After I do my warm up.
What is it?
It was Young Buck, Bang. What else was it? What? Black Gloves. Yep, Black Gloves, Black Mask. Biggie, Tupac, like all that stuff that was like super inappropriate. Like if my kids are listening to it now, it's like, we need to go. We need to talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
But and then I come out of the tunnel like, and it was like my outlet. Now it's like, I don't need that, bro.
Yeah.
Like I don't need to be.
Takes a lot out of you.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
It is very exhausting.
Right?
Yeah. The self-motivation, the like you said, when you do it for a long time,
it becomes you.
But it's also, like because of how good you played, you always had a constant standard of what people looked at you. And for you to go out and meet that standard every week that you created because of your play, sometimes when it's week 8, you're playing goddamn Chicago Bears that are fucking dog shit. It's hard to get up sometimes when you're banged up. You know what I mean? You have to go out and create. I would have to create stuff in my head to get you up, and that's exhausting.
I would create my dislike for you in watching film.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I don't like the way he did that. Right?
Seatbelt.
Yeah.
They all do this now. I don't what about
what? The
little Superman cape?
Nah, I never really, you 5'9", you can't never ever be Superman, you know what I mean? More Mighty Mouse, Like people always say like, oh man, he has Napoleon complex. Man, I've been 5'9" pretty much my whole life. I'm pretty comfortable at my height.
You were big 5'9" since you were young.
No, I wasn't a big 5'9". I was like 5'5".
Okay.
I've been short my whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't bothered me. Now I do have hope for a growth spurt because I've been wearing. Why is that so funny though? No, I'm joking.
Hey, I'm still waiting on that thing too, man. I'm 5'5" still.
Bro, like when I was in like 9th grade, I was wearing a 9. So my foot was going on but I was like, can you imagine 5'6", wearing a size 11 and a half, size 10 shoe. And like I'm a size 12 and I never filled in my shoes.
Yeah. So you still might have a spurt there.
Yeah, I doubt it. My son, one of my boys got it though. My son Boston, he's 6'2".
His name's Boston?
Yeah.
That's tight.
Yeah.
What's the story behind Boston?
We just like the name. Well, it was out of Jackson, Boston, and Noah. And there was a car salesman. We were buying a car. He was a car salesman. His name was Noah. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Jonah. After that transaction, nope, took that name out the hat.
That's the film right there. That's like when you watch film.
Yeah.
So I have to bring up the first time I really started. I mean, I knew you as a kid when I was playing. Not a kid. I wasn't like that much, like 7 years younger than you, so whatever. But it was when I got drafted by Scotty O'Brien. He make me sit with him at 5 o'clock in the morning, and he gave me the whole game plan of what he would tell to the special teams meeting that day. So I had to sit in all the meetings.
Scotty.
And he would sit and watch. He make me watch punt returns of you and Metcalf. And he would sit there.
I had to watch punt returns of Metcalf.
Yeah.
Scotty
O is crazy.
Yeah.
I love him though. I love Scotty O. You like him? Probably not.
I respect him.
Yeah.
Man, he was so tough on me and just the way he was. And I just, I didn't take that kind of coaching like as yay.
Yeah.
You love me. I took that as like side eye.
Uh-huh.
So I kind of like,
He loved you, bro.
bro, he did not
He was-
show it
Because he was like that. You know who he was like? He's like that with Matthew Slater.
Really?
Matthew Slater.
I love Matthew Slater.
Yeah, he's the best human being in the
Ever.
world.
Bro. But Scotty he was tough on me, man. And he just like well, how can I describe Scotty? It's like like onions.
Like onions, how?
I mean, you need it. Like if it's a burger, you need it on there. But then when you bite into it, you kind of like, oh man, too much onion. But if you take it all out, you're like, no, I need some onions.
The onion can't be too thick.
But it can't be not enough.
Not enough.
Yeah.
So
You can taste it when it's not there,
Yeah.
but you're kind of like, do I need this much?
Yeah. It's kind of like when you go to a place that's a little lazy that just cuts the onion straight in half. Like it doesn't mince the onion or cut the onion up where you have pieces of onion and then you get the fat chunk on it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like,
Well, the reason why I say that is, so when he left Carolina, he went to Miami.
yeah.
And Miami, which we've gotten over, Sam Madison, we played against each other, and Scotty kind of made and like suggested Sam do some things to get me riled up. And I knew where it came from. And at that time, I was only in my 5th year. Man, it kind of hit my soul a little bit because a guy that I respected and admired, Scotty, and how he had them do that. And so it just kind of was like, it kind of, what it did, and and I'm connecting the dots now,
Yeah.
it kind of traced back to growing up to where, so you can't trust people.
Yeah.
See, the people you think that really are in your corner, when they move on, he's instructing Sam to do a few things that indicates how he really feels about you.
Yeah.
And so that was like, for me, it was like, all right.
It's a wrap.
It actually, for me, I got you.
I got you.
But my got you is, I'm done, dog.
Done.
Not done.
Gone. Like the wind.
No, like, man, it's a damn shame what happened to him.
Yeah.
Take a moment. Keep it moving.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. I was just picturing it.
You're like, awkward.
You like getting people awkward.
No, bro. I just realized, like, I just realized.
You like people walking around you on eggshells. You
No.
love it.
I don't. I don't. It sucks. Because there's a lot of assumptions.
Yeah.
There's a lot of assumptions about you. Oh, I know what you're thinking. Really? How? That's amazing. I don't even know myself, but you do. Oh, unique. Wow. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So I don't. It's one of those things where I've created this whole persona that people actually think they know me and they don't. And the reason I say it is because I'm discovering myself of little things about myself.
I said earlier in the fucking interview, I know him, but I don't know him, but I know him, but I don't.
Yeah.
Clearly, I don't.
Yeah.
Clearly, I don't.
Nah, but it's like now that I'm done playing, a lot of guys that hit me up or they like, "What's up, bro?" And I'm like, "Nothing." And when I come up to them, it was like, wow. Because when I played, like, I didn't talk to anybody. I mean, how many times we've been on the same field and you'd be like, "Hey," and I'm locked in.
Yeah.
And then I go back and I'm like, man, I miss opportunity. Like, bro, one of the craziest things, bro, Jules, I loved your game.
Yeah.
Bro, just the way you played, how you played, how they took you from quarterback and then the receiver and how, like, all these people, he came out of nowhere knowing how much you grind and all that stuff, man. And hell of a football player, your acumen, understanding how to do things, set up the corner, set up the play, knowing that your quarterback is very high strung. It has a huge threshold and responsibility and expectation. You met that every single day with practice and preparation, and you did it in a game. And so Like I love, and when I look at players now at the age I'm at, like I can actually look at their game and I admire it, but I also look at it in my head as an athlete, what they need to work on.
Yeah.
Because I believe that defensive players they know your deficiencies.
Oh yeah. The good ones.
Yes. And the scouts. So I believe that you have to know what you're not good at. Like if they know it, you need to know it.
Without a doubt.
And so like, so sometimes I come across as a hater, but it's more of like, bro, we all know what the cake tastes like with all the ingredients cooked perfectly. But do we know what the cake tastes like when you're missing a baking soda?
It's a little floppy.
It's a little nasty.
It's nasty. It's true. I agree with that. It's tough to be on TV and promoting the game and have to be real without hurting people's feelings.
Yeah, I didn't know I was promoting the game.
Well, just in general.
I'm still figuring that part out.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Exactly. So I played with, you remember Anthony Magazoo? I played with him in college.
Oh, okay.
And then I went back.
A quarterback.
Yeah.
Little Mags.
Little Mags.
They used to all be in practice, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was telling me some stories.
About me?
Yeah. He
Oh,
goes,
man.
I got Steve coming on. I remember you used to talk that he was close with your family because
Yeah.
he
Yep.
said you guys were very close.
We're very close, very close, man.
Unbelievable things,
Bro,
to say
like
about you.
his
He loves you,
Oh man, his family and Mags passed away, man.
and
went
Mr. Mags, and you went, and it meant the world that you went to that funeral.
Well, because that's who he was, man.
Yeah.
It was unfortunate, but like we used to have when Anthony graduated high school, me and Jake were at his graduation party at
He was
their
telling
house.
us playing hoops
Yeah.
all the time,
Oh, absolutely.
dominating kids. And then he said you and McCown
Yeah.
played in a flag football fucking league.
Yeah, me and Josh. He was my quarterback. I was receiver. Played a little DB too. I was clamping him.
Now, what were you? Did you get? Didn't you say
I re-broke my arm that I already had broke.
you couldn't get enough on? When is this in the off season?
Yeah, it was in off season.
Off
man.
season.
Yeah.
So what makes you sign up for a YMCA? Just fucking to have fun, to go fucking compete against mother. What made you sign up to go play this?
Well, first of all, I had donated, so we were playing on field 89. So I mean, I
You
thought
got it. It's
got
your
to.
field.
my field. I just liked playing. I just love playing football, and I always felt playing flag helped me in tackle because it helps you process spacing, thinking fast,
Yeah.
right? And so I was just playing. I was just chilling.
Mag said he got in so much trouble because when you got hurt, Big Papa Mags fucking yelled at him, chewed him out. He's like, well, you knew you couldn't have him playing out. He's like, Steve Smith, I'm not going to tell him he can't play out there.
Yeah,
I just still couldn't believe you were playing in flag football.
I was having fun too.
How many games did you play? This was his multiple game. Was this like a weekly like prep thing?
It was a spring league. Playing in the spring.
How was Josh McCown on the field?
Oh, Josh is a heck of an athlete.
He could light it up.
Yeah, he was playing wide receiver. I was playing quarterback too.
Yeah.
Yeah, safety, linebacker. We was balling. We had fun.
What do you think about the Olympics in the flag football? If you were in your prime and the Olympics had a flag football, would you try to play?
I would, and then I probably wouldn't be on the team because it's just too intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have loved it. That would be insane to go and try to get a gold medal. Is it different though? Or is it the same? Like, is there
No, flag is like the flag leagues. Now it's a lot of laterals. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like they be running some plays. They can play.
All
Now
right.
I would say there was the guy talking about he's just good as Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, yeah.
That remember the quarterback?
Yes.
Yeah, no, you ain't. Like everybody was letting that slide.
Nah, he ain't.
Not even close, bro. I don't care what he's saying that he can do, and God bless him. I believe him.
Yeah.
He ain't.
Could Patrick go not even know the rules of that and go
I
light it up?
don't know, but I know that dude is not as good as Patrick Mahomes. That's all I'm saying. you're not like it's what we do. Like this whole debate: can football players play basketball? Blah. I don't think so. I can dribble the ball. I can dribble. That doesn't mean I can play in the NBA.
Yeah.
I found out very quickly that I'm not a good basketball player. I had an accident.
What kind of accident?
I found out I couldn't play.
How can you? What was the accident?
The accident was me trying out.
For who?
High school.
What? So can you explain the scenario?
Just wasn't very good. I was not a basketball player.
You're just too physical?
No, bro. I just was not a good basketball player. I did not have all the key fundamentals of being a good basketball player, like scoring points.
Yeah. Wasn't like I was a football player. I played a lot of basketball, but I was always a football player playing the basketball. I was just quick.
Yeah.
I could steal the ball.
Yeah.
I never knew basketball, like the vision.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know. Yep. It didn't come close to me like on when you're running a route or when you're on the football field, when you're setting someone up. Like I didn't know the cutting that well. It just didn't come to me.
Yeah, I just don't think everybody can play everybody's sport.
Without a doubt.
They think they can, and that's great. Not me.
Yeah. We'll be right back after this quick break. What's up, everyone? Football is in full swing, and you know what that means. Game day essentials. That's where DoorDash comes in. It's your on-demand delivery platform for everything you need. Snacks, drinks, all the good stuff. I don't want to miss a single play running out for food. Here's my advice. Don't be that guy who shows up to watch the game with no food or sad snacks. Seriously, DoorDash has got you covered. Just open up the app and get your favorite game day lineup delivered right to your door. Whether it's wings, chips, drinks, or even some extra batteries. Yup, I've been there. DoorDash is delivering game day greatness right when you need it. So, fire up DoorDash, get your order in, and settle in for kickoff. DoorDash, your door to more. Download the DoorDash app now to order your game day favorites. Well, let's go back into time around when the game happened. This is a segment where we talk about pop culture. This game took place on January 10th, 2004. The number one movie was Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. Lord of the Ring guy?
Yeah.
You like that one?
Yeah, I do. Me and my wife are actually rewatching it so we can watch the series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on Amazon, right?
Yeah.
I've tried to watch it. It's tough for me.
Outcast.
Outcast?
Okay.
Are you a big boy or are you Andre 3000?
Both.
Both?
Like, because they were outcasts at that time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I was in prom and this song was out.
That's when you were going to, that's when you took out Jerry Rice's
Yeah. Exactly. We were shaking like a Polaroid picture.
What's it? Oh.
Britney Spears has her surprise wedding after tying the knot with the backup singer. Was it the backup singer?
This was the backup dancer.
Backup dancer, Jack?
Yep.
For what?
I think like her tours only lasted 55 hours.
Yeah.
Crazy times.
We skipped that one.
Big Fish, Along Came Polly, and You Got Served were all popping off in the...
Yeah. Along Came Polly. Yeah. Okay.
Did you watch movies when you played? Or were you just straight ball guy? Or did you have ball and then you went home and just was like family? What was how were you back in 2004?
I watched movies. I watched a lot of. I still watch movies.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up where you go. Dad goes to the video store. You rent it out. Blockbuster. Like, man, that was big time, bro.
Friday night.
Yeah, Saturday or like Christmas break. Man, go rent Super Mario 3 when the little when he was the raccoon.
Yeah. And that was 3 with when he got the flower or
Yes.
the leaf.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I was
Now,
Yeah.
when you went home in 2004, what kind of guy were you in the locker room? How did you get away from the game? Or were you on during football season? Was it football season always? Because for me, I was football. Everyone knew it was football. I had like an hour where I would play video games to kind of catch up with my boys over the internet. before I would do like
The
shit.
internet wasn't that good back in 2004.
Yeah. It was dial up.
Yeah.
Yeah, AIM, baby. That was
I had what was it? Net Zero.
net zero.
Yeah.
I don't even remember it. My parents were, I was still a kid then.
Wow.
You were like an
You
adult.
no, bro. You're 7 years older than me.
At this time, so in this year,
Yeah.
how old are you in 2004?
23.
I was like 17. It's kind of different.
Slightly. A little
Slightly.
bit.
You were making millions of dollars in the NFL. I was still
Nah, I was
under my parents.
bro, I remember 2004. That was 129.
Oh, so you remember it.
That was 129. 129,000. I remember that first check. I was shocked and surprised. That thing was
Taxes.
$3,500. I said, whose check is this?
Surprised why?
It was $3,000.
Is that a lot or is that not enough?
Bro, that was not the dream I was sold. I was like, who's this? Where's the rest of my money?
Yeah.
So it was $129,000 for rookies. Like
Jeez.
when I got drafted, my whole check was not complaining, so don't take this complaint. But when you say everybody's a millionaire, and then you get a check and it ain't no millions on there, where
are they at?
they at? And I think my whole contract is like 1.2. I got my signing bonus was $500,000. It was $375. That thing was tricky. Yeah.
I was 7th rounder, 49 grand to my name.
Yeah. Bro, 49 grand. I
thought I was rich.
had $6 grand. I had to pay $75,000, so I had $6 grand left. April 16th after my rookie year.
Ooh. Yeah.
I blew it.
You learned though, right?
Yeah, I learned.
Good. In the sports world, Patriots went on to win the Super Bowl. Peyton Manning and Air McNair were the MVP. Love Steve McNair.
R.I.P.
He's one of my fucking favorites. College
Jason
football.
White?
Jason White.
He hasn't done anything since.
Wow. USC won the Natty. Now you grew up around here. How come did you ever have dreams of going to UCLA or USC?
No, they didn't recruit short people.
Yeah.
I just wanted to I just wanted to go anywhere.
Yeah.
So my two options was Sam Houston State, San Jose, and Utah.
Yeah.
And then Sam Houston State decided that I wasn't eligible, which is interesting, but I was eligible for Utah, but wasn't for Sam Houston State.
Yeah.
And then San Jose State was kind of like where everybody went. That was from West LA and all that stuff. And track record with that was kind of like going back. It was kind of like going back to California, going back to high school. I was like, nah. So I went to Utah.
Yeah.
Turned out pretty good.
Turned out really good.
Heck yeah.
This was the year the Ravens
Oh yeah.
swept the defense award or the awards. Ray Lewis with Defensive Player of the Year. Terrell Suggs with
Today's his birthday.
who?
T. Sizz.
T Sizzle.
Hey,
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
And Jamal Lewis, who was a fucking didn't he have 300 yards this year?
I believe so. Let me check on that.
What was it like playing with the Ravens?
It was dope. I had a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got close with Ray a little bit when we did Inside the NFL.
Oh yeah. That was after
What?
I was doing inside the NFL too.
Probably.
Yeah.
So I took the. Is
No, you
No.
did not.
I did not.
No, you did not. We'll talk about that off air.
Ah.
We can't say.
But Ray,
Hilarious.
so you come from the Panthers.
Yes.
You were part of being a huge foundational piece of
Absolutely.
making that organization relevant.
Yes.
That was an expansion team when I was a kid, and then
Yep.
you guys went to the Super Bowl, competed, fucking played your guys' nuts off a bunch. When you go to the Ravens, they're in this era doing the same thing.
Yes. Ray was already gone. Sizz was there. Elvis Dumerville.
Yeah.
Chris Canty.
Ed Reed.
Ed was already gone.
Was he gone?
Yeah. I remember because when I was in Carolina, he was with the Jets.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
It didn't look right.
Texans too.
He went to
Yep.
the Texans, too. I
That,
remember.
that looked even weirder.
And so, but it was great because I was just at a place I just need a new scenery. I wanted to know what it was like, and love the city. City still shows me love. Goes out there. My daughter Bailey, she's a huge Ravens fan. Like,
Yeah.
she loves them, bro. Like, it's crazy.
Is it because of you?
She's got into football. My son, my oldest Peyton, started getting her into fantasy,
Yeah.
and he created a monster. Like, she's at, like, when we're at the house and we're watching, I watch 2 games at a time because I like to see the game. She's like, yo, change it. And she's watching 4. And I'm like, I can't watch 4.
Yeah.
I need 2.
Yeah.
It's too much.
You don't do this, the new, what is it, YouTube TV where you
Yeah, I
split the
do.
box? You know,
Yeah,
you're
she
hitting-
splits it into 4. I
Yeah.
like to split it into 2.
I do 3 on the 1 o'clock games with the red zone.
Yeah.
And then I go back and then I'll like do the condensed versions like of the
Yeah.
games we really need to see.
Yeah, 46 minutes.
Yeah. 46, or you hit like the highlights and then you hit some of the 46, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I generally watch half of them, and then on a Monday morning I'll get up, and then what I started doing, is during Sundays, actually walk on the treadmill and watch the games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now I heard you watch a lot. You still watching film? Where did I hear
Yeah.
that from?
yeah. I watch film
Who do you watch film with? I heard you
myself.
I remember was there did you just do a feature, or you were still watching film, or you were talking about it?
Oh yeah, on my podcast 89.
I think so.
Yeah. So I watch film on guys. Like, I'll try to like look and see what's going on, just because how you watch the game and you're like, something's wrong here. Like,
Yeah.
what's going on?
Yeah.
And so I'll go back and look. So what I generally do is, if I see something, I'm like, I'll just write myself a note.
No.
And then I'll go back and watch it. And then I'll get the research. And the research confirms my intuition.
Yeah.
Sometimes the research like, nah, bro, you off. Okay, try again.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's what I end up doing. So I'll look at a guy, see it, and then I'll go back and study him. And then and I'm kind of weird with numbers. So I'll kind of like, okay, let me see how many times he was lined up outside. When he was targeted, was it on the number 2 corner or the number 1 corner?
Yeah.
Was it on the top tier guy or was it on the bottom tier? Oh yeah, you balling against the number 2, but you're getting them clamps on, so I look at all of that stuff, average depth of target. What is the quarterback rating when targeted? How far are you going? What's your yak? How many first downs have you really helped the team get? How many missed tackles? So I try to see, like, what about that individual, his game is good or he needs to work on. And that's just kind of how I look at it.
Who are some of the guys that impress you right now in the league? Give me 2.
Give you 2?
2 guys that you look at, you're like, that dude's a bad motherfucker. He's pretty good.
Justin Jefferson.
What makes him so
Well, his length and the way he moves is
in and out of
ridiculous.
breaks?
In and out of breaks. The offense he's mastered it. He knows exactly what to do. He can change up his tempo so well. His release is off the charts.
Yeah.
But then I also favor, because I was an old guy, I favor the old guys too. Like, so I still think Devontae Adams is still that guy. He's never been a 4-3 guy.
Yeah.
But his releases are remarkable.
Always.
Just the way he does his hands, ball placement, catch radius, body control, tempo.
Sudden burst, really good.
Sudden burst, and then his creativity to stack you, even though he's not faster than you. So just him being able to use his leverage. So like I look at that, but then there's other guys I think that are promising who have the ability.
Who's someone that you think that kind of reminds you of you, if there's anyone?
See, so people ask that, and
I know.
and
It's hard to do that.
so the reason why
I just did it. It's bad.
I'm not judging you. The reason why I have a hard time answering that question is because I also remember that I was supposed to be a 5th round draft pick. I was also told I was just a returner. So now that I'm done playing, everybody's like, oh, he reminds me of you. But when I was playing, people didn't like me.
Yeah.
And so you didn't like me. And then there's, we read our stuff on there and they're like, oh, people are like, oh, Steve was just a slot receiver. And I'm like, really, I was? Didn't know that. I think the game has changed, but I also think there are players out there who don't remind me of myself because I think they are significantly better. I played the way I played because I was obviously I didn't have quick feet like Chad. Like I couldn't do great cone drills. I rounded my routes. I never ran the same route the same way. So there were things that I did that I used as my advantage, but I ran my routes kind of ADD. Like I was never consistent on doing things. I did it my way.
Yeah.
But I was really just kind of like covering for the fact that, man, no, I was just playing on hope and a prayer.
Yeah.
And so that's just kind of like, I know I was playing with house money, right? I know that. So just roll the dice and say, man, put all the chips in. So when I go across the middle and I know I'm going to get hit, you got a choice to get hit with the ball or without the ball. And so a few times, like, all right, I get hit with the ball. And then I get up and I'm like, man, a guy used to hit me. And he'd be like, oh, what you want with that? And so I started getting up like, if you think you crazy, I'm crazier. And so it was more like to feed into, like, to intimidate and show that, bro, I'm gonna be here all day.
Your best didn't hurt me.
No. And then old school football. So then I'll go and I really didn't like blocking. But it was like, all right, I got to block. And so it was like, they're going to hit me so I can hit them. So I really would block and just kind of lean. And I realized with my leverage and the way the angles, I could hit them. And it was like, oh, yeah, I could tee off. And so then, a guy hits you or he'll be talking and then they'll run the toss crack. And it was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, yeah. Oh, you hit me. Or so I'll run and then come back and I can get the corner.
Yeah.
Or I can hit this linebacker that's chasing.
You're going chaser. Oh. Yeah, it's a bigger hit.
Oh, and I'm trying to knock his helmet off.
Yeah.
But I would hit him up high.
Yeah.
I always respect the game. I never hit a dude down low. If I hit you down low, that was because I didn't respect you. But if I didn't respect you, that means also because you hit me down low.
Yeah.
So we have no regards of each other's career.
Yeah.
So guess what? Let's do it then.
Head's different. You knock someone out, that's considered a kiss. You taking out knees, that's considered a career.
Yeah. And so I got to the point where guys knew I was like, bro, I'm gonna hit you up top.
Yeah.
If you hit me low again or you cheap shot me, I got one question for you. When I cut you and they got to do surgery, my question is, what kind of flowers you want me to send you? And they look at me. Just let me know, dog. And you see, they go back to the huddle and they're trying to decide, do I really want to go there with them? Because
I was thinking they're deciding tulips or roses or something, maybe.
Nah, they was like really thinking like,
bro, where do you come up with, like, you've thought that before?
Oh, yeah.
You've said that before.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, is this spur of the moment shit talking where it just comes to you? Or are you like a poet where you have a couple of these, you've thought about these situations, you have a couple in the tool belt for when you see them, say, is this just free burden?
It's just some of it, I'm kind of embarrassed that I like said that. I was like, dang, that was bad.
What's the most embarrassing?
I remember Stewie was telling me one time, Jonathan Stewart, he had played with one of the DBs that were out there. And so the DB had did something, and then I just was like, held him down. And I held him down until the referee came and grabbed him. And Stewie said, man, why'd you do that, Steve? What did he do? And bro, just like, I was just like, he was born. He was like, hold up. Because he was born, bro, that was just the first thing came out of my head. Because I didn't have a legitimate excuse.
Yeah.
He was like, everybody's born. But then I was like, I had my head down, but I'm not engaging in that. That was my answer, okay? Accept it or don't accept it. But that was the kind of dumb stuff I said and did.
Yeah, I mean,
but that's,
son.
But you know how
Ice
terrible.
up, son. He didn't finish a game, bro. That is, you got to put it on a goddamn T-shirt. Is it on? You got it on a T-shirt yet?
Yeah, they got it. Some dude trademarked it and offered it to me.
I watched it, and I remember as a kid. I remember when we played against each other, but you have some fucking straight poems out there with how you talk shit to fools, right on the spur of the moment. Post game interviews, anything. I was sitting there like, this motherfucker should be a rapper. He should be a fucking rapper. You spit like 9 right after a game. The story, it's some kind of funny ass way of doing it. You should have a marketing company or something.
Appreciate it.
It's fucking gnarly. Jackie, let's get into the game.
Should we talk about these Rams real quick?
Real quick.
This is the 12-4 Rams. Mike Martz, Lovie Smith leading that defense. Steve Fairchild, the OC this year. Mark Bolger took over for Kurt Warner this year.
You got Kurt Warner.
He got Kurt Warner 6 fumbles in the first game. Hayden was a little banged up. Coming off a 7-9
Is that why
season.
he went to the glove?
I think it was.
Because he went to the glove after this year in New York for the first time, and then kept it when he went to Arizona. We'll get into that.
I think we got to do a little look, but I'm pretty sure he told us that when he was on way
Never
back.
trusted a quarterback with the glove.
I never trust a football player wearing Asics. I've seen several. I don't know what it is. You just can't trust a man or just a football player wearing Asics in practice. Nah, can't do it.
He's a weird brain to see on the field, I'll tell you that. And a big story with this team was the home win streak, 8-0 at home, 14-game home win streak coming into this game. The offense, this is like late era greatest show on turf, but still led the NFL in scoring almost 28 points a game. 5 Hall of Famers on this team. You got Marshall Faulk, Orlando Pace,
San Diego
Aeneas Williams,
State.
Kurt, and Isaac Bruce. Torrey Holt should be in. What do you think, Steve?
Yeah, he should be.
Kind of surprising he's not.
Yeah, me too. Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce. Isaac went to Santa Monica.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Mike Fury,
What did you now when you played against guys like
Kevin
this
Curtis. Ooh.
this group
Yeah.
pregame? Did you
Brandon, I'm not even gonna butcher his name.
would you
He went to Arizona.
who?
He was a big boy, 86, tight end. He was huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
But when you would play against a guy like Torrey Holt or Isaac Bruce,
I used to watch him, bro.
you watching?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Isaac went to Utah. He went to Santa Monica, and like we always knew, like, so it was like I was like, wow, like, man, I remember my rookie year we played St. Louis Rams, and we were 1-15, and Marshall was out there. He was just like he had 120 yards at halftime. And Trump candidate came in, and I was standing up watching. I was like, dang, I was like a fan.
Yeah.
We was getting mollywopped. I was just watching him.
Marshall Faulk was unreal. I
Oh.
watched him in this. We watched the game.
He was so dope.
Now,
Yes?
Christian McCaffrey or Marshall Faulk, because they're kind of that same player.
No.
They're both the focal point of that offense. No,
They are, but
San Francisco runs it more though.
I like both. But I'm just be honest with you. I'm favored of Marshall because I grew up
Yeah.
in California knowing Marshall was from San Diego State. Like this dude, like Isaac Keem is on this team, right? No, he had actually went to New Orleans by then, but
Yeah.
Isaac Keem went to Fairfax.
Yeah.
I went to Uni, right? So it's like these are guys
That you
on this
love.
team that like I grew up wanting. I remember, bro, I'm friends with Jonathan Ogden.
Okay.
I remember seeing Jonathan Ogden with that afro walking at 3rd Street Promenade when I was a kid at University High School. Like, oh, that's Jonathan Ogden.
Yeah.
Bro, I met Stokely at the Super Bowl in Detroit. Bro, it was like, I used to have the Stokely 83 49ers jersey.
Yeah.
Like, so for me, like going against some of these dudes, man, it was dope, man.
So going into this game though, did they still have that? Were they still like the big dogs, the NFC, and you guys were still not like? Were you the hungry guys, and they were kind of like that, or were you guys not intimidated? But like, was it like a feat to beat these guys at this time? Were fucking flying high now.
They were, but we felt that we
You
deserve.
guys were tough.
Yeah,
you
we
guys had a
deserve-
tough team. Ran the ball. You had you and Muhammad,
Slick Rick,
Ricky
Pro was on there. They had Dan Looker, Dan Looker. Tommy Polly. I remember Tommy Polly. It was Tommy Polly, and then before that they had Brandon Allen, who it was either Tommy Polly and Brandon Allen. They had actually drafted those two guys instead of me that year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so then they had Travis Fisher, 22. He was a corner. He was from University of Central Florida. Fred Weary. He was he had played with New Orleans, so he was a special team guy. So I went against him, and then Nias Williams. He was great. Knew him.
Nias, I saw him recently.
Yeah.
He's a stud.
Yeah. So I mean, a lot of these guys.
Were you a Rams fan at all growing up? Because they're
49ers fan?
You're a 49ers fan.
Yeah, bro.
Same here.
49ers
I
fan.
was a diehard Niners fan. My
Yeah.
dog's name were Dwight in Montana.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, dope.
Love the Niners.
I love them too, man.
Jerry Rice, freaking JJ Stokes.
Yeah.
That T.O., but
Be careful.
Roger Craig. A
High
lot of
knees,
them.
Roger Craig.
Huh?
High knees.
High knees.
Hey, Ricky Waters.
Ricky Waters was a monster.
Yes.
Charlie Gardner back in the day.
Charlie was dope.
Man.
Yeah,
Then he went to
Charlie.
the Raiders.
Then he went to the Eagles too.
Then he went to the Eagles.
Yep.
Those Niners teams, Ken Norton when he beat up the bag, and then he went to I hate him because he went to the Dallas Cowboys after.
Morton Hanks.
Merton Hanks with the
Yeah.
he was
Tim
our
Mc-
fine guy.
Tim McDonald.
Did he ever find you, Merton Hanks?
Uh,
I used to try to
I
suck
don't-
up to him
wow.
so much.
Oh. Good to know.
Got to be nice to the fine guy.
I'd be over here, throw a ball in the stands, you get an $8,000 fine, Merton Hanks. I'm like, yo, bro, like you remember you used to do the little neck thing?
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
cool,
yeah.
dude. Like,
Yeah.
he wouldn't give me no money back. He's
Nope.
like, slap it.
We were laughing. Jordy Nelson's a fine guy now.
Now Jordy Nelson's a
Jordy
fine,
Nelson's a fine guy.
He's a
he's
fine
the fine
guy.
guy.
Wow, that's unique.
We just randomly saw that the other day and we're laughing.
Yeah. Let's Jackie break down the
This
Panthers.
Panthers squad 11-5, second year of the John Fox era. This is just 2 years removed from a 1-15 season.
Wow.
That was
Nice
the end
turnaround,
of the
bro.
George Seifert era. Speaking of Niners, Jordan Gross's rookie season, Steve's third year, top 10 defense. Jake Delhomme replaced Rodney Peete week 1 in that Jacksonville game, and the rest is history
The
there.
best damn sports show, Rodney Peete. I used
Yes.
to like that show.
Yeah.
Tom Arnold, bro, that show
John
rocked.
Arnold. Oh my
John
God.
Sally.
John Sally.
Yeah. Chris Rose.
Chris Rose.
Yeah.
That show rocked, bro. On Fox Sports. Steve had a 1,000-yard receiving season, his first. This was also the keep pounding season
Yeah.
with Sam Mills.
Yep.
So that was a big narrative throughout the season, but yeah, really right the ship
Yeah.
quick after a 1-15 season.
Yeah.
Now, how'd you guys turn around? How would you describe this Panthers era?
We were kind of surprised how well, like when you look at the roster, man, just looking at the roster, these names, Rod Smart, he hate me. Kevin Dyson, he was a first round draft pick. The Tennessee Titans drafted him
Yeah.
over or before Randy Moss, Carl Hankton, Big Bank. He was from New Orleans. Make you say,
Nah. Shout out Master P.
Musa Muhammad, Ricky Pro, myself, 52 linebacker Brian Allen. He was actually drafted by the St. Louis Rams. Will
Oh,
Witherspoon, Lester Towns. He was linebacker. Hammer feet. He had some bad feet. Greg Favors. He was pretty good. Vinny Churchill was a great special teams guy. Colin Branch. He was pretty good. Gerard Cooper from Kansas. He was a special team guy. T. Cuz was an acquisition from Miami Dolphins. Deion Grant. DG was great. He was a safety. Will Hamilton, he was pretty good. Reggie Howard, he's from Memphis. Ricky Manning was from UCLA. Mike Menner. Big man was Hitchu. Tillman, he was kind of there. Dante Wesley, he was a special teams guy from Historical Black College. Al Wallace, we acquired him from the Miami Dolphins. He was actually a school teacher. Mike Rucker went to Nebraska. Ken Rasmussen was pretty darn good. He ended up going to Seattle, and now he's a fireman back in Charlotte, obviously. Julius Peppers. Kendall Moorhead he is now a strength coach, I think, at Alabama for a long time. Chris Jenkins, Big Jink, he had went to the Jets. heck of athletic dude. Brenton Buckner, he was an acquisition for the San Francisco 49ers. Shane Burton was a guy, a journeyman. He was pretty good. He had blocked a lot of kicks. Matt Willen, you still see him now on commercials. He was a big 6'7", 6'8" guy who was also knock-knee. Todd Stussy was acquired for Minnesota, two-time Reds. He was pretty good. He lives in Atlanta. Bruce Nelson, he was a second-round draft pick who we discovered had he has degenerative hips. Jeff Mitchell, he was an older guy. Geno James ended up playing well. Then he went on to Miami, signed a big contract, got hurt, never played again. Jordan Gross played at Utah with me. Kevin Donnelly was an acquisition originally for the Houston Oilers. Then Miami, it came here. Jermaine Wiggins was with you guys. That's when
Wiggy Snowplow.
That's when Wiggy came from you guys with Dan Henney, Chris Mangum, pretty good dude. Lived in Mississippi. Ricky Prohl, Carl Hankton, Brad Hoover. He was Coastal Carolina. Nick Goings. He was a fullback and kind of like a utility player. Ended up retiring because he got some concussions. Deshaun Foster, obviously head coach for UCLA. He was dope. Stephen Davis, I call him Radio. He was coming from the Commanders. Chris Winkie, he was a fourth-round pick. He was drafted after me, but he got a bigger signing bonus than me from Florida State. He was a Heisman Trophy winner.
At like 28.
Yeah. He played baseball as well.
Yeah.
And Rodney Peete, great dude. Sweet meat Rodney Peete. That's what we used to call him. And then Jake DeLone.
Man, talk about know your fucking team.
That's how you know you're a good teammate.
That's impressive. I
Heck
could never
yes.
do that, bro.
Heck
You know,
yes.
you spit a fact about everyone.
Yeah, John Casey, really good friend of mine, taught me about business.
Heck of a kicker.
Wow.
And then Todd Stussy, no, Todd Sauerbrunn, big bomb, unique. And then
lefty?
He was just unique. That's what I'm going.
Was he a lefty punter though?
He was unique.
Unique.
And then Jason Kyle, he was the long snapper. Long snapper for a long time.
Damn.
That's a first in the nut house of any guest that is that knows their team that well. That's awesome.
Who's the
love
unsung
it.
heroes of this team?
Dan Morgan. I think in that Super Bowl, he ended up having like 17 or 22 tackles, if I'm not mistaken.
Jesus.
Greg Favors. There's a linebacker you're missing that we didn't.
25 tackles.
Mark Fields. Mark Fields is not on here.
Yep.
Mark Fields was supposed to be on there.
Where's Mark Fields?
We pull
I
it
think
from
this
like
was
the end
the,
of the season, so sometimes if there's
Yeah, Mark
transactions.
Fields. He was on there. Unsung heroes, man, to be honest. Man, it was a lot of them because we were like kind of the band of misfits. Like we really weren't supposed to like be where we were being and how we were being there.
Yeah.
And so it was unique, right? You had a 5'9" receiver at X. You had an old man who moose in. Then you had Carl Hankton, Kevin Dyson, Eugene Baker. He went to Kent State.
Eugene Baker.
Yeah, he went to Kent State. I probably shouldn't say what I was just thinking, so I stopped myself. Good dude.
Eugene Baker. What year was it? When did he go to Kent? How long was he on the team?
Eugene Baker, he's a good dude, man.
Yeah.
He's good. He's played Kent State.
Kent State drafted in 1999.
Told you. Boom. You don't even know your school.
No, bro. I didn't even know
Man,
Kent.
terrible.
I didn't even know what Kent State was until I went on my visit.
Yeah. But he still went there, though.
I did.
No,
Steve,
he
or-
still went there.
But I've heard his name.
how much are you guys still in contact? Because this was such a unique group of guys. Like, you still talk to these dudes all the time?
Kevin Donnelly, he is at UC Chapel Hill.
Nice.
Jordan Gross just moved a couple of years ago. Just moved back to the Ho, Idaho. Jeff Mitchell is skinny, had 2 hip replacements. Two-time Reyes is in. He's in Atlanta. Matt Williams out here acting. He hate me. He kind of comes and goes. Nick Goins is down at the beach in North Carolina. Brad Hoover was head coaching. Stephen Davis is in Columbia. Chris Winkie is he was coaching a little bit. He's all over. Rodney's moved to Calabasas. Kevin Dyson is a school teacher. And me and him play every year. We play golf together in Bandon Dunes.
Where's that?
Bandon Dunes?
Yeah.
It's in Portland.
Is it probably nice?
Oh, it's super nice. It's public too. It's a muni.
Wow.
It's outstanding. Ricky Prohl is doing his stuff. His son,
He's coaching, right?
Yeah, he's coaching.
Seen him coaching.
Steve Smith. Now he's Steve Smith Senior. Chris Mangum. When I was with Baltimore, he came down from Mississippi and drove down and came to the game. Jermaine Wiggins. He's doing radio, I believe.
Yeah, he's on Boston.
Al Wallace is in Charlotte. Mike Ruckers in Charlotte. Ken Rasmussen is a fireman. Chris Jenkins moved back to Maryland. Shane Burton is, I think he's up at the lake. Brinson Buckner was coaching. Deion Grant's in Atlanta. Will Hamilton, I think, is in Atlanta. Reggie Howard's in Memphis. Ricky Manning Jr. is coaching with the Las Vegas Raiders. Mike Manor just retired from coaching at Campbell. Dante Wesley, I see him in Dallas every chance.
So you're seeing the team. You're seeing a bunch of the guys.
Dan Morgan is the general manager for them. Will Witherspoon is doing I saw him a couple of years ago. He's actually he has a farm out in St. Louis because after that year he re-signed and got a big deal with St. Louis. So he does that stuff. So I mean, I try to talk to him. A lot of the guys, make sure me and Jake talk probably once a month.
Oh, that's dope.
Just checking in. Me and Moose talk.
So where were you guys in the chemistry factor this year? Was this like your breakout year with him? Or how many years did you have him at that time?
Who?
Jake. How was your guys' chemistry?
So this was great. This is when we had went to the Super Bowl, then opening week against Green Bay, I broke my ankle. So I was out, Moose balled, then he went to Chicago. And then next year I came back and I won a Triple Crown.
Yeah.
That's right.
First, you were the last person to do it before Coop did it.
Yeah.
And then Sterling Sharp was before you, right?
Yeah.
Jerry's fucking crazy.
Jerry Sterling.
That's fucking gnarly. That is crazy to be the Triple Crown. Yards, tugs,
yeah,
and receptions. Yeah. He hate me. If you played in the XFL, what would your name have been?
I didn't have enough confidence like that. Like I people think I have a lot of confidence. I really don't.
You wouldn't make a stab at it?
No. Well,
I probably wouldn't have either. Wouldn't have. Now, can we talk about, you were there for so long, you played with Cam.
Yeah.
You
played with Cam.
I played with Cam.
How was that?
I liked Cam. Cam was.
That's not.
He went to his. He went to his own beat. Like Cam would be out there he'd be there at 4:30 in the morning. It was different because it was COVID. So I only got him for like COVID year. He'd be there at like 4:30 in the morning on the treadmill and like doing his thing. And he's just like, and then he would do some crazy ass shit that make you laugh and stuff. But I'd never been around that. It was just different. But Cam was a great dude. Worked his dick off. Worked hard.
Oh.
He worked hard.
Yeah, he did.
How you like Cam? You liked him? He was.
I was at a different.
He told me that about you. I asked him about you. He goes. I was at a. He said that exact same thing. I think he goes. Steve was at a different point in his career when I was there. I was 22 or I was 20 years old. He was a grown ass man. You know, like, so we were in. That's the exact same thing he said.
I was not about anything other than ball. I can care less.
Oh, that's what he said.
Hey, no.
Yeah.
Hey, I was thinking, don't think. That's it was.
I love Cam though for that specific for us though.
So here's what I would say. Right, I really try not to really talk much about it because, one, looking back at how I was and looking back where I was, man, I wanted to win, and I was so concerned about winning. I didn't really care about all that other stuff. That other stuff to me was irrelevant, and I was frustrated.
You got a taste of it. You were there.
Yes, I wanted to win, and I knew that my time was coming up.
Yeah. And
so there were times people would, like in the organization, would say I'm jealous. I wasn't jealous. I wanted to win. You're right. It's not, oh, I'm jealous. No, I wanted to win yesterday, and today's the day. So I was in a hurry. I was all about, seeing Marty Herney before they drafted Cam. Man, I had an off-site meeting with the general manager. And man, we had a crazy meeting. When I say crazy, like I did and said stuff in football. And bro, it was just like, dog, what are you doing? Like I go back and I like cringe.
Yeah.
Like, oh. My wife does that like, oh. I had a meeting with Marty Herney one time. We met at one of the country clubs I was at, and I had my notebook. And I wrote down stats. And I was like, bro, I am so tired of losing, Marty. And I just want to win. And so I had looked up Lynn Swann stats. And I put Lynn Swann's stats of what he had and what I had. And I said, statistically, I have passed Lynn Swann 4 years ago. I said, but you know the difference between Lynn Swann and me? Lynn Swann understood that if he set aside his personal goals, that he would exceed anything he can achieve because the team goals were so much bigger. I said, my statistical goals are less and the team goals are less. Why am I here? We're not winning and I'm not getting stats. He looked at me and that was the first time like he was like, he thought it was going to be like a cussing out section. I was like, no.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out. I remember saying Lynn Swann's, when he was with the Pittsburgh and his goals were so high, he knew that he would surpass anything personally he can do because the team goals statistically were going to be remarkable. I said, I'm not doing either, so why should I stay?
Yeah.
What am I holding out for? And he looked at me and he was like, and then I stopped and I said, now it's your turn. He said, I need to get back to you. Because he thought it was about, and I was just like, bro, I want to play. I love this game so much, but I also know what this game is. This game is about statistical stats.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, so when Cam got there, man, I was so burnt out and I was such a complainer about not winning that I did not have patience for all that other stuff. I didn't have patience for him to develop. I was 30-something.
I get it.
And so it was very complicated and it was a loaded situation. And then we had, Coach Rivera, he was getting his feet wet and he was trying to figure it out. And I was like, man, this ain't for me, dog.
You get old in the same spot for a while when things start going. I was a cranky old guy for a while.
But what's funny is when I left and went to Baltimore, like the Ryan Khalils, the guys who were young, the Luke Kuechly's, they started when I was playing, they were like, I'm starting to be like Steve now. I'm all grumpy.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
What is it? What was the Batman quote? You long enough as a hero, you die the villain or something?
Oh, yeah.
It's my quotes.
I like it.
Movies. Jack, let's see what this game's about real quick.
All right, let's get into this thing. This is the number 2 seed versus the number 3 seed. Panthers coming off a win against Dallas. Steve balled out that game. That was at Bank of America. 135 yards and a tutty the week before. So coming in riding high. This was the best first quarter offense versus the best first quarter defense. So we only see 3 points in this first quarter, 3-0. That would be a theme throughout this game. Field goals, 8 combined field goals this game. Some field goal misses also. Then in the second, we get this weird first score, the touchdown for the Panthers. Weird bamboozle fumble pitch. Moose recovers it in the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
Panthers get up. This was to put them up 7-6. Tack on a field goal, up 10-9 at the half. This was like a very low-scoring game, which was surprising given the offensive prowess of the greatest show on turf. So just kind of you knew it was going to be a weird game, a long game, a war of attrition after that first half.
What was it like playing that turf, bro?
Man, that turf was dope. I mean, I had on tennis shoes, so you kind of
shoe?
used to. I think I was Reebok then.
Yeah, you were rocking Reeboks this game.
Yeah, I was Reebok. I was moving too.
We saw one of the Rams guys had on some 16s. It looked sick, the golden blue 16s.
Jordans?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was Marshall.
Oh yeah, Falk used to play in those. He was even playing
See this football mind I got?
Steel Trap,
I
baby.
mean, you fucking just rattled off every teammate, their dog's name, where they live, and their investments.
Hey, dog, Dan Looker. Dan Looker was supposed to be that dude, though.
Who
Dane Looker. He was supposed to be that dude.
was he?
Yeah, they were. He was supposed to be the guy to replace Ricky Pro.
Ricky Prohl had some really good seasons with you guys and with the Greatest Show. Didn't he win? He was in that Super Bowl with them.
Yep.
Ricky Prohl was a good little player.
Slick Rick.
Is he? How tall is he? I think I've met him. Is he
I mean, everybody's taller than me, so I don't know.
about 5'11",
How tall are you?
5'10"?
Yeah, see, I'm short, so I'm just kind of used to it.
Yeah, I get it. Same. I was just hoping he would be in the short gang.
They list Prohl at 6 feet.
Yeah, he's 6 feet.
Once you hit 6, it's not as cool.
Yeah.
Now that it's over, it's cooler that you're shorter because then it lets you know that you were able to go and do what you did on the field against those guys that's how I think about it.
Bro, I didn't even know I had 163 yards.
Yeah,
69 at the
bro.
end, that big one.
Wow, that's
But
pretty
then,
dope.
and John Fox was opening up the playbook early in this one. 2 end rounds at the beginning. You threw on Moose
Yeah.
early in this.
I know. Tragic.
So this game's going on. You guys are going into overtime. What's the mentality of the team, like going into that second overtime after like?
I mean, we weren't even supposed to be there.
So you're playing with house money. You're feeling like
Yeah, and then you can see I had a visor on because Travis.
poke you in the
Eye
eye.
poke
He poked me in the
in
eye.
the fourth
Yeah.
quarter.
Yeah,
That
9
fucking
minutes
hurts.
it does, especially when you got your eyes open too.
Yeah.
That was back when they had the major and the minor face masking penalties.
Yeah.
They threw the major on him, that one.
What?
Like remember you could get the 15-yard face mask or like the
Oh, yeah,
Accidental.
And then when I came back after the visor, he jammed me again and the thing. And the ref, that was the first time the ref was like, "Hey, another one of those." I was like, "Ooh."
Bro, shout out to the visor.
That's crazy. They didn't call that stuff back in the day, really.
It was very
Very rare.
it was very
'Cause
apparent.
I was watching some of these guys. I saw a fullback. He broke out and he kind of went out of bounds. A guy like a second later, fucking
Yeah, but this one was you
Banged
could
him.
see it. It was like
Yeah.
he hit you with the 3 student.
So was it
I was like,
intentional?
oh. No, it was a straight accident.
He's
but-
an offhand jam guy.
Uh,
That's usually what they get. You get the offhand jam guy. Sometimes they miss you.
nah, he was double jammed. That's how.
Double jam?
Yeah, and I kind of lowered.
Yeah.
And yep.
What was the turning point of this game, though?
I mean, I had hair back then. I don't know. Bro, it was so back and forth. It was so back and forth that it was just like we were just holding on for dear life, man.
Now walk us through the walk off.
Yeah,
You do X Clown again. You hit it in the fourth quarter, I believe.
yeah,
And you had like a 30-yard gain.
yeah.
When you guys line up to call it, it's first play. What are you thinking they're giving you? Are you thinking this is just for a chunk play, or do you know that you're going to be
It's
able to take
covered.
this out?
Well, I knew it was cover 2.
Yeah.
So I stemmed inside, I run, I lean. But when I leaned so much inside this time that when he threw it, I wasn't sure in cover 2 exactly how far or how close or how far the safety was.
Yeah.
So when I leaned, I kind of had that lean like, that wince.
Yeah. And he wasn't there.
And he wasn't there. It was like, oh, I can go.
Yeah.
And so that's what it was. But then once I got it, I was like, hey, ain't nobody catching me,
Yeah.
right?
You were fast.
I kind of was. I was surprised.
What do you mean kind of was? That was crazy.
Because I had a long stride.
You did.
And so it took me a little bit of time to build up.
Nah, but there's very rarely a film of you getting caught. I've
Well,
never seen it.
I got called a few
Couple.
times. I got
But
called.
for being a 5'9" guy,
Yeah.
to be able to hold your high speed, that's insane. And you had them young legs. Those are young legs.
Yeah.
As you're, when you start looking at your legs when you're watching film, or you watch your older film, you're like, man, you look like a different. I could always see what year of my career is through the film of how my legs looked
Really?
through the speed.
Oh, I don't watch film like that.
Them young legs.
Young legs.
When you hit the end zone, what'd you do?
Bro, I was so shocked, man. I was like, oh, man. Yeah. And then they came and it was dope.
How'd you guys celebrate?
We got back on the flight.
Was it celebrate time, or did you guys know you had another job?
We knew we had another job, but it was dope though. Like Mr. Richardson at the time, who was the owner, like my family was there, so it was great. Like it was a whole bunch of people there, man. It was dope.
You got like, we can hear walk off in baseball all the time, but to have a walk off in double overtime, what's that? That's fucking that's insane. That feeling.
It is, but a lot of times, just like I remember when I was with the Ravens and you threw that pass. Like you don't really know it until like it's kind of like over.
You don't appreciate it until it's gone.
Oh man.
Yeah, you never enjoy it.
No.
I never got to enjoy this because the next year you're just trying to go again.
Yeah.
I get it.
Just to sum this one up before we put a bow on it, the Rams came back from down 23-12 in the fourth quarter, touchdown, 2-point conversion, onside kick recovery, tie it up at 23, convert a big 4th and 4 on that drive.
It's the second game we've done in the last 2 weeks that had an onside kick recovery. We did the 2014
Packers
Seahawks Green Bay. Remember that game where Aaron Rodgers and
Russell Wilson.
Russ Wilson threw 5 interceptions. They still won.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So it's crazy because when you
who,
see it,
who dropped that pass? His career has never been the same. There was the running back he was a running back and wide receiver for Green Bay.
Stark?
Yeah, Brandon Bostic dropped it on the onside kick because Jordy Nelson was behind him. He was supposed to be the blocker, and he jumped up to catch it like this, and hit him right in the face mask.
Yeah, that's tragic.
Yeah, that was
But
kind of
to watch the onside kick now, like no one's getting onside kicks nowadays. Not with these new rules and
it's
stuff.
crazy.
Even you gotta like tell the team.
No, somebody got an onside kick.
Not yet. Not in the new
Yeah, huh?
dynamic.
Somebody did get an onside kick a couple of weeks ago.
Who?
Like 2 weeks ago.
Damn, that just.
I'm
ruined-
dead. It did.
It's certainly been neutered.
Someone
It's certainly
just
been
did it
neutered.
out of the new rules.
How you like the new rules? I like it.
Doesn't matter. Like
Yeah.
I don't think it matters
the
what.
Cowboys' first ones.
Told you, bang,
Yeah.
man. Pay attention, bro.
Analyst, dude. Analyst.
You're an analyst. I'm an analyst.
I've been trying to get this. I've been having to do all this research for this interview, dude.
He's too busy watching Young Legs on the film.
Young legs.
Jokers. Everyone's got a joke now, huh? Everyone's got jokes. That's
Sure,
tight. That's tight. That's tight. Is this the most memorable play of your career for you, or is there a different play?
There's a lot of plays like I remember certain little things about nuances.
What's your favorite play that you made?
I think this is the most memorable in my Panther history. I mean, the biggest play is obviously, to be honest, man, is just make it to the league.
Yeah.
Like I respect it because I used to ride the bus back and forth here on Wilshire, the 321, and man, I used to daydream, fall asleep on the bus, hoping to play in the league.
Yeah.
So, man, every chance, like that's why now I never say act like you've been there before because I know once it's over, it's over. There's no takebacks, no givebacks.
There's no takebacks. There's no givebacks. He's deep. You got some deep talk.
That was profound. I love that.
What's the legacy and what's the wrap up aftermath of this game?
And then in overtime, we get 2 missed field goals in the first overtime. To end overtime 1, Mark Bolger throws an interception, which would set up 3rd and 14 from the
You know who
Carolina.
Bolger reminds me of a little bit?
Ex-clown.
Bolger, I was looking at the film. Kind of reminds me of Jimmy G, the way he throws it.
I've never called a Jimmy G pass with Mark Bolger. That thing like butter, bro. I called it one of his passes in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Boy, that thing.
But
was
like
nice.
how the throwing motion, they're both kind of keep it low, and they kind of that little quick release.
I'm a little biased on quarterbacks. I think they get way too much credit.
Yeah.
So I'm very critical of quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Like I'm very judgy of quarterbacks.
Got to be.
Super judgy.
I mean, they're the ones that got to be judged the most. They're making the most money.
I'm very judgy.
Like who?
Everybody.
All of them?
Like, I'm just
What was your
judgy.
judgment on Tom?
Nothing. Tom was crafty.
Crafty.
He was.
Who was your favorite quarterback growing up?
Steve Young.
Steve Young?
Yeah. I like Randall Cunningham.
Yeah.
I liked Troy. Troy was good. You know who I love though? Like, too, I thought he was just he was crazy good. Keith Byers.
Keith Byers.
Yeah. He was like a fullback / halfback. He wore number 41.
What team?
He was with Philadelphia Eagles,
Dolphins,
Dolphins. Yeah.
Pats for a minute.
Yep. Passed for a minute. Wow. Your football acumen is very disappointing.
Been hitting the head a lot too.
Oh wow. Is that what you're going with?
That excuse doesn't work. Here.
That's terrible.
Oh, with Steve. Yeah, it doesn't work with Steve.
No.
Jackie.
Final score in this one, 29-23. Panthers walk it off, baby. Would go on to beat Philly in the NFC Championship, get to the Super Bowl, as we talked about earlier. And then one little last fun fact here. This was an old NFL Europe matchup. Jake Delhomme backed up Mark Bulger for the Frankfurt Galaxy in 1998.
Frankfurt Galaxy.
For all you NFL Europe heads at home. Just throwing that one in there for you.
Dude, I wish they had NFL Europe when I was younger.
That would rock, man.
I probably would have been over there.
I could see you over there.
Wouldn't that have been cool if you were a practice squad guy or something? You got to go live in Europe for a year and play football?
Nah, not in my rookie year. I was ignorant. Nope.
Yeah, but now that I look on it, like
now, yes, I'm like, let's go.
Yeah.
But no.
Who's the Mount Rushmore of Panthers?
Man, you ain't getting me in trouble. I'll pass.
Except for
We'll pass.
I mean, for me, it always starts with Sam Mills.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Everybody else other than that, everybody under that, do what you may. I'm not getting involved in that.
Yeah.
If you didn't have a keep pounding wristband back in the day, I don't know what you were doing.
Yeah. We'll be right back after this quick break. Hey, I'm going to talk about something serious for a minute. Something personal. Right now, in our country, hate is at an all-time high. It's like we're going backwards and hate is winning. It's out of control. So many different people, so many different groups are facing too much hate, and it's enough. We need to stop and regroup, change the momentum as a team, because that's what we are. Everyone in this country is on the same team, so we need to start acting like it. And when a team can't get it together, what do? They call a timeout. We need to call a timeout against hate. Let's think about what we say and do. And when we see hate, when we see someone doing or saying those things we know are wrong and hateful, we need to call it out. Visit standuptoallhate.org to help. And join me in calling a timeout against hate by following @What'sUpWithHate or posting the blue square emoji. We got to name the game. What's the name of this game? These are a couple things that we came up with. The X-Clown game, the Turf Killer, RIP, greatest show on turf, Pretty versus Gritty. Or do you have a different name for the name of this game?
It's the X-Clown game. That's the name of the game.
The X-Clown game. We'll go with it. Score of the game presented by DoorDash. Is this the greatest game of all time? Let's score it. Stake 0 to 10. Decimals okay. The stakes of this game.
What?
You got to score it. Like the stakes. Like the importance of like.
10.
10. I go with a 9.
Winner
Wow,
go home,
you
You got to watch the show.
I did watch it. I didn't watch it till the end.
Yeah, we got to watch the very end. If it's a Super Bowl, it's like a 9-5. If it's a Super Bowl with like importance, like they're going for a double repeat or something, then it's a 10.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
like Space Jam's games like 10 because like world was at risk. That's the standard.
No. Star power of the game, 0 to 10.
Jack had 8, 9, 8, 2.
Ooh, is it based on today or is it based on back then?
Back then.
That's a
Back
good question.
then? Ah.
Back then.
We
Ooh,
go
5 then, back then.
What about today? What would the today score be?
Bro, 15.
15.
Yeah.
So back then a 5.
6 Hall of Famers in this thing.
Yeah. 6 Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
And some futures.
And some
Maybe.
futures.
And some futures.
See?
Jason
15.
Sehorn was out there.
Hey, he is the Michael Irvin killer, Jason Sehorn.
How was playing against Sehorn?
I don't know. I ran past him. He's a good dude. He lives in Charlotte, though. Our kids went to the same school. Great dude.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Star power for me, I'm going to go with like 8.
Jack had a 7, 9. I had a 7, 8.
The gameplay of the game, how the game played out.
It was very it was white knuckled. So I would say it's 7.
7. I go I mean, there's a lot of fun plays in this game.
Yeah.
Onside
For the
kick,
viewer,
Lot of
onside
risk.
kick, missed field goals, nail biters.
double overtime.
First double OT game
Double
since
O-
1986.
I don't even remember
Walk-off
the last time.
touchdown.
Sixth
Yeah.
longest game in NFL history.
Yeah, I got to go probably eight and a half.
Jack had a 9.3 out of 9.1.
That game was awesome.
The name of the game, the X-Clown game.
Okay.
Score in importance of all time, how people are going to remember this game.
Oh, I mean, our history is a 10.
10.
Yeah.
You say X-Clown, people know what you mean.
Yes.
I knew what it meant. I'll go with the 8.8.
Oh, wow.
Jack had a 9.1. I had an
Smart, Jack.
8.4.
I like it.
Well, I mean, we've had the immaculate reception game. There's like
Man,
some.
everybody listening to you.
8.44. That puts us tied for like 16th, 17th with WrestleMania 35 with Becky
What?
Two Belts.
What is this?
And the double comeback game, Ravens Patriots 2014
Oh,
AFC
man,
Divisional
Steve
round.
was in both those games.
Tied.
Right by the double comeback
Pretty
game.
good. Top 20.
Oh, okay.
It's really good.
I've never watched to the end. So I'm like double, like I'm looking at this
These
stuff.
are all the games we've
It's
done.
a lot.
Oh, wow.
We've done
Shenanigans.
we did the Yankees, Red Sox.
Oh, the wheelchair game, is that what Paul Pierce?
Shit his pants.
He did not.
We
He did
confirmed
not.
it.
He doo-dooed?
Nah, we confirmed he didn't. Technically, that's what he says. So
What?
we go by it. He didn't shit his pants.
I don't believe him.
Steve, where do you stand on that one?
On what?
On did he or did he not
What?
poop on himself?
Man, that ain't my problem.
Me neither. I'm a Paul Pierce lover.
Hey,
so
bro, that ain't got
whatever
nothing to
Paul
do with
says
me.
is gospel.
We
in
did
my
the
book.
the wide right game. That was tough.
Before we wrap up, I'd love to ask you a question. This season, you went on to play the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Ty Law's a friend of the show. I would just love to
Ty
hear
Law.
going against Ty Law, what that's like.
It was dope. Like, Ty Law is very skilled. I end up, man, going against him in the Patriots was cool because we had this whole deal. We weren't going to get pushed around like they pushed around
Colts.
the Colts. And I was like, bro, they are, that is not happening with us. But Ty, like when he went to the Jets, we had like I had a motion and there was a play coming this way and he recognized it by alignment and assignment and shot the gap and I got yelled at. I was like, man. So I just remember he was like really smart,
Oh yeah,
real smart.
he's a Hall of Famer, man.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's just
No,
like, there's little small things that like, you're like, oh, he's a good player. But they were like little small things that was like, man, this dude just.
If you're a Hall of Fame corner, you're a guy that knows the game.
Yeah.
Look, if you look at all the Hall of Fame corners, they were all. Revis is going to be one. He's a
Yeah, he is one though.
Yeah, he's in.
Yeah.
he's in. Revis
Bro,
is
I
one.
hated going against Revis.
Because he knew
When he was with you guys.
the Pats.
Yeah, Pats.
Yeah, like
We were
14.
battling out, bro.
You had a good ass game, didn't you? Score
In the first half. In the
Yeah.
second half, we got
adjustments.
yeah.
Made adjustments.
Yeah.
Steve, we missed anything about this game?
Well, I don't
Going
think so.
over it?
That was dope, bro.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Anything you want to plug? Ironed Out on YouTube. Go check it out, folks.
Man, go check it out.
Anything else?
89 on Underdog.
When you
That's
can
what I
have me
do.
on, bro, or am I allowed to go on?
I mean, look, we can exchange numbers. I keep talking to your handler.
Well, I didn't. It's not even that. It's just, I mean, I didn't know what. Yeah, it's sometimes asking for guys' numbers. You don't know how they're going to react.
I mean, you got a child, right?
Yeah, I do.
How old are you?
38.
You've been told no once or twice in your life, huh?
Few times.
You'll be all right then, bro.
I will be all right.
Yeah, but no, I wouldn't. I would say, man, I have not done myself a good service by like kind of how I've kind of carried myself when I played. But bro, I'll be honest, man. I come humbly and come in like, bro, I want to keep the brotherhood and just like hanging out and chilling, bro.
All day.
And the fact that you have lived here so many years,
I've only been here for 18 months.
bro. You've been coming back and forth to LA for how many?
2 months. Two months of the year.
For how many years?
Like 10.
Okay.
But you said you're in North Carolina. You out here?
Man, my family's out here. Like when I got your home address, I was thinking about sending some boys up just to knock on the door, just to let you know. That's how close.
Got to check in.
Just check in.
Well, we'll exchange numbers, and I would love to hang out.
Play golf.
Play golf. I would love to. I just didn't know. I didn't. I'm like a rook to you. You're Steve fucking.
Man,
You're like one of my heroes as a kid. I'm not just gonna slide up in your fucking. Hey man, it's Julian Edelman, bro. How are you doing? Would you
I've been like, dog, that's dope.
That's how I feel.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So
Let's do it.
let's do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
What a show. Thank you, Steve.
Thanks, Steve.
Appreciate it.
Man, Steve Smith,
Senior.
Legend.
Senior.
Legend. Guy we've been waiting to get in the nut house for a minute.
Such a fan of how he approached the game. Everyone has that thought. Like he even talked about it. What is Steve Smith really like? But to sit here and go name for name and like put a fact, a location, like a Snapple fact on every teammate he had from 25 years ago.
Bro.
That's
like,
fucking impressive. And
that was a
that's
first for us.
something that's like, that's not only like intelligently crazy that you can remember that, but like your EQ, like to like know who you're playing with. And I don't know that. I feel terrible. I felt like a shitty teammate after that.
It's tough.
I went and called David Andrews and Brian Hoyer just to call them and say, hey guys, how you doing? Dev, what's going on?
Bro, gotta keep in touch with the boys.
I know.
I love that. That was because usually we throw the rosters up, we go through them. Hey, oh, he was good. I remember every guy where he's at, what he's. It was incredible.
And also, just listener at home, we cut down a lot too. There was more there. There was way more there that we will have retroactively
unedited tapes.
cut down a lot of that too because he had all of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Competitor.
He might have dropped a couple social security numbers, I think.
addresses.
Yeah. We had to cut the, literally.
I just wanted to hear some like Bayou stories of him and Jake Delhomme like down in the Bayou doing something.
I know.
Retired.
Those commercials
kicking
were so
back.
funny.
They were so do the Bojangles commercial.
Yes, there's a Bojangles commercial. Did we even ask? We didn't ask that.
We didn't get to ask him about the Bojangles Dukes of Hazzard commercial.
You just
those are all time.
Steve make you nervous.
I know. I was shook. I was a little bit off.
I like that you're a
Sitting
little
up
on your
straight.
heels too. I like when you get uncomfortable.
He got me a little nervous. I just didn't. I mean, this is like one of my childhood heroes, and he's
Bro, for real.
makes me nervous.
Great game too.
Great game.
All time
Good
game
episode.
that
Baller.
gets overlooked. Awesome.
I think there's do I hear a ring at the door? Do I hear a ring? Is our food here?
I think our food's here.
I love how he and Ninko rocked the turned up bill.
Yeah, the flat bill.
I'm more scared of him than Ninko though.
Well, Steve's been doing it forever.
He has.
Nico just started it.
Yeah, Ninko copied him.
Oh, it's here, boy.
Yeah, baby, that smells good.
Let the big dog eat.
All right, let's do this post guest segment so we can eat this delicious food delivered by DoorDash.
I'm gonna have like 3 slices.
I'm gonna have like
Jack,
18 wings.
why don't you explain this segment for
All
us?
right. So what we're going to do high level. Kyler and I will be naming all 32 teams. Go through one by one. You say the first food, snack, edible item that comes to your mind.
Fuck.
We'll do a quick. We'll do an
help
example
you.
here.
It sounds hard. Me and Jack did a test round.
Yes, it's easy.
Yeah, it's not that hard. Just
Philly.
Cheesesteak.
There you go.
done.
That kind of vibe.
We're
Some will be a little
1/32
tougher than others.
there.
Anything that your mind goes to that's emblematic of that team, that city, we'll let it rip. Here, you ready?
All right.
Fast is key.
Rapid fire. Kai, you want to?
Okay, yeah. AFC East, Bills,
Wings.
Dolphins,
Tuna.
Patriots,
Chowder.
Jets.
Italian.
Okay. Go to the AFC North.
Ravens.
Crab cakes.
Oh, good one. Bengals.
Skyline. Chili.
Browns.
Gold Star guy, honestly. Browns. Rockneys.
Not dog food.
Stillers.
Pardini's Brothers. What are those sandwiches?
Permanentes.
Permanentes or
Yeah,
love 'em.
I went there once.
So good.
Old teammate of mine at Kent State, Drager, used to talk about it all the goddamn time. Keep going.
a little overrated. If I'm gonna,
AFC South Texans.
Ribs.
Colts.
St. Elmo's freaking little shrimp cocktail that makes you want to throw up
With the
because it
spicy
has a lot of
horseradish.
shit in it.
The spicy horseradish.
shrimp cocktail.
The Jags.
Shrimp cocktails.
The Jaguars.
Jags, Applebee's.
We were thinking Doritos.
That's fine dining in Jacksonville, baby.
Hey, that's what I thought.
Titans.
Barbecue.
Nashville hot chicken.
See, I don't know Nashville that well.
Barbecue.
Never really been. But you always get those Nashville hot chicken sandwiches. Yeah, they have that. What's Dave's over here?
Yeah, Dave's hot chicken.
Dave's hot
Is
chicken.
it from?
this
Is
is also
it
Nashville.
Is it Nashville style?
I think so. The hot
See, I
chicken
said
thing's blowing up.
BBQ. All right, keep going.
I do like a Memphis style barbecue.
Yeah.
Did you know
They're not
Drake
really
is an investor in Dave's?
Drake,
Keep
is it?
going.
Dave's and Buster's.
Okay, AFC West, Broncos, Denver,
Denver
Rocky Mount,
omelets.
Denver omelet.
They're
Do
omelets.
Rocky Mountain oyster, breakfast burrito, Chiefs.
Kansas City. They have really good like barbecue too. That's what I think of them.
It
Yeah,
works. You can
St.
repeat
Louis
it.
rib. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
different styles of barbecue.
Yeah.
The Raiders,
Steakhouse. Like I feel like I'm in Vegas. Oakland.
Chargers.
In Oakland, there'd be some like Steve Korean or shit over there. They used to have a place in Berkeley that was really good. I loved it. When I go visit all my friends there, Curdy. Chargers, LA. I'm going with the little it's like the little escuela tacos, little pickle tacos that have ground beef
Okay,
that are like fried.
a burger taco.
It's like a burger, a ground beef taco. A ground beef taco. That's what a Charger is.
I like when you order those for the crib.
Yeah, they're fire.
They're fire.
They're fire.
NFC
And they use
crispy
it's
taco.
they call it the white boy taco. That's what I call it.
Right.
Because they use cheddar cheese. They don't use like the real shit. It's pretty, whatever.
Hell yeah.
Cowboys.
NFC East, the Cowboys.
Dallas,
Big D.
just want a big steak.
Big
Not,
steak.
not salted egg McMuffin.
Ooh.
We can amend answers. Jerry?
That's yeah.
New York Giants.
I was gonna go a whole pizza, but they're a slice of pizza.
Slice of pizza. The Eagles, Philadelphia.
We already said it's cheesesteak.
Cheesesteak, easy. The Commanders.
Commanders. What's something like political?
Bullshit.
They got the mumbo sauce over there. They got the Ben's chili bowl.
What was the name?
See,
of it?
I don't know DC that well. I had a bunch of friends from college that were from DC area, but I don't know. And the Go-Go, I know the Go-Go
Go-Go,
music.
they like that.
But for food, this is supposed to be rapid release or rapid fire.
First thing that comes to your mind.
Where's that one spot? Wasn't there something in one of those political shows?
House of Cards. It was
Yeah.
like Freddy's Barbecue or something, right?
I don't know if that's real
Frankie's.
or not.
Well, I don't think it is.
If the crab cakes are Baltimore, DC's like real crab cake-ish.
Yeah.
It's real close.
Mid-Atlantic.
So they probably have good crab cakes. So they have like the little ones.
Okay.
DC crab cakes. Okay.
Yeah, DC
We're probably
crab
gonna
cakes.
catch some smoke for that. That's okay. The Bears.
They'll get so mad about that.
Hey, we're
People
cool
in
with-
Maryland fucking, oh my God, what are you talking about? That's bullshit.
Hey, we know Cliff, baby. We're good over
It's
there.
blue crab, I believe, right?
They have Maryland
Because
blue
where
crab.
I'm from, over in the, the
Dungeness.
Dungeness, a little sweeter,
Mm.
smaller, but sweeter.
The Bears.
Deep dish.
Deep dish pizza?
But they're not.
You
No,
could go-
actually, they're the deep dish is like tough type pizza. They can't run the ball.
Tavern style. Chicago pizza.
They're the bar, the thin cracker style,
Yeah,
the bar
tavern.
cracker. That's what the Bears are right now. It's good pizza, but it ain't deep dish.
How about the Lions?
Lions, they're a fucking double cheeseburger to me right now.
Double cheeseburger. Okay.
Double cheese.
Packers. There is one answer here that's correct.
Yeah, cheese.
Yes.
It's just like a cheese head, right? But I want like a good Wisconsin white cheddar. Yeah.
Vikings.
Vikings. Dude, I went to Minnesota and I had a really good burger there at Red Cow, I think.
Could go bratwurst too. I feel like.
Oh, they got well, that's what
That could be.
bratwurst
That's
is.
all the NFC North.
Yes.
Yeah. The
It's
NFC
real-
North is just bratwurst.
It's a real casserole conference.
No.
It's a casserole conference.
Minnesota casserole. I
It
love
is, bro.
casserole.
Did you write that? Or is that off the dome?
I
Are we
just said
still
it.
going?
Yeah, we got
Holy
8 more
shit.
teams.
We got a lot
Falcons.
of names in this league, baby.
All right, what else?
NFC South, Atlanta Falcons.
Falcons.
Chicken and waffles feels played out. It feels like very 2000.
Lemon pepper wings.
Oh, Magic City, we gotta go.
I've heard it. I heard nothing like the wings.
Lou Will.
Panthers.
Did we
It's-
say lemon pepper here?
Yeah.
the Panthers?
It's Carolina style barbecue.
Can you put?
More mustard and vinegar.
Nah, I was thinking more like a sardine.
I like that. That's about that's
Canned
about as good as they are
sardines.
right now.
Canned meat.
Canned sardines. I'm sorry for the fans that support that organization.
And
I
this
don't
is the
even
Steve
mean to
Smith
be
episode.
mean.
This is the Steve Smith.
Some people
episode.
love sardines. Little salty for me. New Orleans, give me some Cajun chicken or some Cajun.
Down in the bayou.
Give me
with
some-
Coach O.
Nah, some gumbo.
gumbo.
No, some
Jambalaya.
crawfish.
Etouffee.
Crawfish. I remember
Crawdad.
Ridley. He had this dude. He was LSU. He had him drive same day of catching the crawfish. We did crawfish bake up in New England. This guy came from early in the day. caught the fish, brought his whole fucking boiling thing, towed it up. We had like a crawfish bake.
Whoa.
At the it was a Friday. It was awesome.
The whole dump thing.
Yeah, you dump it.
Yeah.
He brought tables. I mean, he brought the whole kit and caboodle. It was so spicy. I mean, the corn was great, but like I couldn't eat for like I had to drink milk for 20 minutes after. It was fucking spicy.
It's a lot of
and
work
then I
for
was
a
sitting
little
there.
bit.
You do all the work for a little piece of. It's just not my style.
I'm with you, brother.
And you can only eat so many potatoes. I like the what did they put? They put sausage in there.
Andouille.
Yeah, you get the sausage in there.
I can't wait for the Super Bowl.
It's so spicy. It's really good. Really good. But you can't like it takes you hours.
We gotta start planning.
I've never done a
hours.
proper. I've done like a crawfish, like a low country boil, but never like a.
And I don't know how to do it like that. Like the guys that live there.
No, heck no.
Like Rid and all the guys are sucking at things. They're like this. I'm over here fucking dissecting something for 5 minutes. It's like, what is this meat? Is
I'm
this
with you.
meat?
I don't know if I need a hammer in my hands. Like what? I don't know what to do.
A little crack, snap, and go. I know it's the crack, snap, and go, but it's fucking hard.
Yeah, I mean,
You know, I tip my cap to all those people that can just go through maybe like they go through like 50. They'll eat like 50 of those things. No, they probably like 100. They sit all day. Like Rid was there, just bah, bah. A lot of the Louisiana guys are on the team, bah, bah, bah. Just for an hour. You don't get full though.
yeah, it's because it's such little bites.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, what's our next?
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Tampa. I don't know. Chili's.
That sounds right.
Okay,
I don't know
last
Tampa.
conference NFC.
I don't know
West.
Tampa. I heard
Hooters?
it's a beautiful
Isn't
place.
Hooters- I think
Gruden's. Does he got a steakhouse?
I think he posts up at
We're
Hooters.
eating, we're eating at Gruden's house, and we're talking like nicey football.
Tampa. Feeling real nicey.
Nicey.
Oh my god.
Got me feeling nice.
Arizona. I always try to whenever I'm in because when I lived in Boston, anytime I'm in a state that has any kind of Mexican population, I'm sniffing out. I'm on a search, like national treasure for like the mom and pop Mexican joint. That's what I want.
Mom and pop Mexican.
Mom and pop Mexican joint. Rams. I like some enchiladas.
Enchiladas.
I like some enchiladas.
49ers.
Bang bang Niner gang. Sourdough baby.
Sourdough.
The San Francisco treat.
Fishy
Rice-A-Roni.
burrito.
Seahawks. You just a nice big fish, catching, throwing, eating. But I would want that fish like a beautiful whatever fish they eat. The specialty fish is. I just want a little salt and pepper with some lemon juice, a little olive oil around that bad boy. Then pack it in salt, and then you fucking bake that bad boy.
Ooh, yes.
Shout out Ken Oranger.
Now we're talking.
That's what his little. It used to be with like a Branzino, but I know they got some nice fresh fish over in the
Branzino.
Northwest.
I've recently tossed salmon.
What does that mean?
They throw the
Yeah,
fish
they
around.
catch 'em.
Oh, you toss.
Those are pretty hard to catch,
Did
right?
you ever do
Isn't
that?
there like some
Slippery.
give into it? I wonder. I gotta go try it. I want to go try it, but I want to train for it. I want to go out there looking like a slap dick.
Get your gloves.
No gloves, but you gotta like. I think you gotta bring it in. You gotta watch that bitch in.
And then Cam Chancellor will pop out and hit you.
Hey.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, thanks DoorDash. That was fun.
DoorDash.
That was fun. Let's go eat that food.
Yeah.
Well, what a game. Thanks again to Steve Smith Sr.
Got to get out there and play some golf with him.
No, I would love to play golf with him, actually. It made me think about golf in a different way.
Yeah.
Very, very connected to that. Very connected to that. Let your mind just go, you know?
You're out there.
You're out there.
18. Don't bother me.
Don't bother me. That's been another episode of Games with Names presented by DoorDash. DoorDash, your door to more. Download the DoorDash app now to order your game day favorites. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcasts, and comment a game you want us to do. And remember,
Rate and review.
Remember to follow Games with Names on YouTube, Instagram, X, TikTok, Snapchat. Leave a message on the old hotline at 424-291-2290. We will see you guys next week. Later. Games with Names is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.